Welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. I'm Jackie.
I'm her husband, Glenn.
Yes, he is my husband, Glenn, if you don't know by now. And
before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you never miss any of our updates, whether it's family or fiance or married at first sight. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and that bell notification.
Yep. And so we're going to review Family or Fiancé. And this episode was Natasha and Romeo.
Yeah, Natasha and Romeo, who had been together for 8 years.
Yes.
They've been together for 8 years, been engaged for 3 years. And Romeo moved Natasha from New York all the way down to Atlanta. And so their families don't really mesh with each other, which I kind of was disturbed anyway. Because like, y'all been together 8 years and your families, there's no cookouts, no barbecues, no nothing. They don't really know each other. So I was like, dog, what y'all been doing for 8 years?
I think, but a lot of that, we find out, a lot of that comes from, like you said, them relocating from one place to the other.
Yeah.
And so they kind of talked to Miss Tracy about that. You know, my family thinks this, her family thinks that. Natasha's like, his mama don't like me, pretty much.
Yes.
We don't get along. And so
we definitely don't get along.
Here come the families. And we see off the top, mama do not fool with Natasha. She walked clean in the house and didn't say nothing.
But I'm going to give mama a pass here. Because Miss Vita, I'm going to call her Mama V.
Yeah.
I'm going to give her a pass because Natasha opened the door. So when you most time open door, you see people coming in.
You say, how you doing?
You speak. So Natasha didn't speak. And so mama like, okay, you ain't going to speak, wench. I ain't going to speak neither. But I'm just saying. So I know the show put it as mama not speaking. But I had to really think about that thing. When you open the door, hey, how you doing? You know, you knew they coming. So you speak. Be a bigger person.
But you don't speak when you know the relationship is funky and the person coming in. I'm not saying it's right, but a lot of times that's why she was like, I don't know is today a good day? Do I speak to her or not? I don't want to get my feelings hurt. So, but
you're going there to this house to get resolution anyway.
Right.
So why not start it off on a good foot? If she doesn't even speak to you, be the bigger person in the situation and begin to say, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Did you have a safe trip? Was the travel good? Some kind of small talk. Okay, is the weather outside? Is the weather beautiful? Say something, but you just can't allow them to walk past and no one says anything.
I agree. You know I agree, because that's how I operate, but everybody don't operate like that. Apparently, Natasha don't operate like that.
But she blamed it on the mama, though, for not speaking.
She did, but the mama embellished. She said, when I came in, she said, now I didn't see Natasha make no face, but she didn't open her mouth. But mama's show was like...
Mama was tight-lipped.
Ooh-wee.
Mama tight-lipped. Mama's lips were tight like Fort Knox.
Oh, yeah. And then when his best friend came in... He was like, how you doing?
How you doing?
He just walked past Natasha too. That was the best friend, right?
Yeah, best friend.
But then the cousin, the guy with the locks, he actually greeted her.
Yeah, he greeted.
And, you know, he gave her a little semi-hug, you know.
But he was there. But, you know, Natasha's family comes in and they speak. And, you know, the chickie with the red hair, I think that's her cousin as well.
Yes.
She was like, yo, whatever pops off, let's pop off. If y'all if you want to go, let's go. We can go here. And we take it there. And their issue with Romeo was like, I think one of the girls' issue was that Romeo took their best friend away. He took her away.
He took my best friend. You took my cousin away. It was like almost in the middle of the night.
Like middle of the night. That you didn't give us a heads up and you took in. And I guess in these 8 years or these 3 years or however long they've been in Atlanta, no one ever told them why they actually moved or why they ever shifted. And I'm really looking at this when I was first, I'm like, you know what? A lot of this is, just before they even get into it with Miss Tracy, before they get in, I'm like, a lot of this is communication. Y'all are doing a lot of things just because you can't talk. I'm like, in the day and age we live in with Facebook, with FaceTime, with all things, y'all not communicating. Let's have a conversation. I know, and for mama not to like Natasha, let's be honest, mamas don't like anybody their son bring home.
Sometimes.
Some mamas.
Sometimes.
But after a period of time, they begin to warm up. They begin to, you know, let their hair down in some cases. So this mama would look. His mama probably didn't like the first wife because Romeo had been married before. And
that was one of their issues too. I feel like you moved too fast from, you got divorced from this wife and a month, 2 months later, you on to the next one. You didn't even heal from. That's their issue with Romeo. That's Romeo's family issue. Well, that's his group of family that came. Yeah. That's their issue with Romeo. And like we said, Natasha's family's issue is you took my cousin from me. You took my friend from me. I don't know you like talking about I feel like you using her. You getting over on her.
But also a little get over on the other side too, because Romeo's friend was like, Natasha's always looking good. She's always dressed nice. She got Gucci this, got Gucci that. And Mama was like, oh, you spending all my son, basically taking all my son's money to make you look good. And as that was like, dang, why y'all in their finances? But if they ain't asking you for no money, or they're not dealing with you, or they're not begging for you, why are you worried about what Natasha and Romeo have or doing? Stay out of their pockets.
But what he also said was the best friend. Yeah. He said, I got her a job. I went out on a limb and got her a job. She didn't even stay on the job. So I know you need a job. You didn't stay on the job. But again, I see you popping up with this, popping up with that, blah, blah, blah. So, you know. He
assumed Romeo was paying for it. When we find out later, Natasha got a new job based off her schedule.
Right, and which we have to get into.
We'll get into. But Mama issue was, you're not taking care of my grandbabies. My grandbabies need to be taken care of. And y'all know how, look, you know how grandmamas are with their grandbabies. You need to make sure their grandbabies are taken care of, and you ain't doing right. Don't let the little girl come over there with her hair not done, or the boy got a little snot on his nose. Now, Mama's in New York, and in Atlanta, she don't know what's going on.
Right.
All she know is she can't be taking care of my grandbabies. She ain't taking my grandbabies right.
Yeah, and what we find out here is, okay, so yeah, Romeo and Natasha have been together. These are his daughters from a previous marriage.
That's correct.
And so Natasha they don't have their own kids. Mm-hmm. And so Romeo's mom is like, I don't know what kind of mother you are, because the other thing is, these not her kids. Yeah. So,
that was hurtful.
Some stepmamas might not treat their stepchildren or bonus children that's a nice way to call it. You know, when you got a good relationship, we call them bonus kids. But
right.
And so grandma's kind of leery about that. This is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. They ain't no kin to you. I don't know how you treating them down there.
Yeah, and so the first assignment by Tracy, it was like, okay, Natasha, you're gonna have a calendar. You need to show them what your week looks like. And Romeo, you need to tell them why you moved to Atlanta.
Yeah, answer these questions.
Answer the questions from the family. And so we get to Natasha, and Natasha has a big calendar, and she starts getting it right of what she does throughout the day. I get up at 5 o'clock and I take care of my mama because my mama had a stroke and she can't do this.
She's bedridden.
She's bedridden. I got to bathe her. I got to change her. I got to get the kids on the bus by 8:15. I got to get to work at 9 o'clock. And she basically tells a friend, that's why I had to quit the job, because I can't do all this and be to work at 7 o'clock. And they wasn't leaning with me. Mm-hmm. Now, which made me think, okay, you never communicated with him. When your people hook you up with a job, your boy hook you up, or you at least communicate with them, yo, dog, I'm leaving.
Right.
In other words, don't hook nobody up with no job.
Well, I mean, no, just communicate. But I don't know if she needed to tell him that I'm gonna quit the job. But I mean, she could have said, "Hey, it's not working for my schedule." It goes to what you said. Not just communication in between a married relationship, a romantic relationship, but people. Period. We need to communicate with each other. If they had talked about this, they would have known, because they were sitting on the couch, dumbfounded.
Yeah.
They were dumbfounded. It was like, your mom is what?
And you do this for the kids?
You do this? You do what? We didn't know, because you never asked.
You never asked.
You never asked. You just assumed. And she explained to them, too, as far as the finances, we take care of this, we take care of that. By the time we finished, I got maybe $200 left out of my check. So if that's all I got, yeah, I'm going to spend it on what I want to. So,
because I've taken care of everything else with my money.
Because I've done everything else. So I'm going to treat myself. Because you see my day. You see my week. This is every day.
Again, I go back to the point. I'm not asking you guys for nothing. So why are you my money?
And that's the thing that Romeo points out later on.
Yeah.
We get to jump ahead a little bit. He says, I ain't never asked you for $2. I never asked you for nothing. I ain't never called none of y'all for no money.
Right.
His friend was like, but you did call me complaining. He's like, because, boy, you my friend. I got to have somebody to vent to, talk to. I'm just talking to you. Yeah. You just listen. You like, Dad, she worthless.
Right.
But on the flip side, so Romeo's in the kitchen with Natasha's family, and
he talks about why they moved from New York to Atlanta. Like, it was better for their situation, their jobs. Also better, Natasha was able to get a house where she could take care of her mom and be more efficient with her and make sure that things are done correctly. And so he explained that, and the friends really opened and realized, you know what, this is a good dude.
Right.
He really loves Natasha, and he's doing what he can for her. And they changed like after day one. Kind of basically after day one, after the conversation again, the communication, they were like, oh, you know what? Dang, he didn't take my friend away from me. It was better to help her in her situation than for anything else.
Right, and I'll add that Romeo even said, I told her maybe we shouldn't go. And Natasha said, yes, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. And it was Natasha's thing, okay, I'm bringing my mom with me. Not only that, let's bring the girls. Let's bring your children. Because she could have been like, let's leave them there.
Leave them there.
But it was all this time they were thinking, Romeo took my friend, but they didn't understand that they had came to an agreement that I don't need to run past you. I know you my friends and everything, but I don't need to run it past you.
Well, you can at least tell your friend, like, oh, I'm moving. I'm not just hopping in the middle of the night like they gone.
Right.
So like, dog, we moving. We that close to friends and family. Look, we going to Atlanta.
Communication. It was the theme.
This is why we going to Atlanta. You know, so then we have the dinner and Romeo, you know, they had a nice dinner. Dinner was okay. They shared some things. But then
Mama's still stiff.
Mama's stiff.
She's still stiff.
Mama's tight. Mama, one word answers.
She do have a better understanding of Natasha, but she's still kind of stiff.
Still kind of stiff. Then day two, the assignment was to go to the beach and relax and enjoy each other. All 8 of them.
Yeah, and that was funny because they had the little beach chairs out, and sister girl with the red hair, she was like the cousin, Natasha's cousin. She was like, they really didn't plan for all these big tails out here. We get stuck in these chairs. Somebody fell over in the chair. In the chair. And the part that we laughed at was like, Mama, I saw they at the beach. What beach is this? Mama is out there with a
leather coat on.
A leather coat on.
Like, dog,
what?
Dog, I know California weather a little iffy.
She had a leather coat on.
You got a leather coat on in the middle of the day.
Everybody else got short sleeves.
Shorts, rocking, all kind of stuff, but Mama got a leather coat on.
Right.
You know, so Romeo has a conversation with Mom because he said
this is his task.
It's his task to talk to his mother because he said if my mother don't approve, I really can't get married.
Right.
If I need my mama to approve because she's the rock of my family. She's in my life. She's been there since day one. I really need you to approve.
And I don't know how I really don't know how Mama feels about me. I know she loves me, but I don't always feel that from her.
Right.
Her and my father got divorced. I know it was a rough thing, and I don't know if she looks at me like I'm just remind her of him. And so they have their conversation.
They had a conversation, and you know, basically Mama like, don't say that. Don't say that. You're not like your father. You're better than him. Basically, don't.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm done talking about it.
Basically, shutting him down. She don't want to get to those emotional bring up old stuff that she had in her life, and don't want Romeo like you're better than your dad. You are better. I just don't want to see you make any mistakes. I do love you. Mama got really emotional, and you can tell the hardness of her, and that's the old school that's inside of her. While she's real hard, but she also has a heart. Even when they got back from dinner, and Romeo stood up and been man like, yo, I made somebody this day. I'm mad at me, and I want to apologize. I want to get it right. You know, family.
Who did you offend? Who did you offend?
And people moved around, so I don't want to sit beside him. I don't want him to talk. Like he's trying to apologize to you. And let you know, let your son apologize. Don't be so hard that you don't accept people's apologies. Because when people apologize, they're coming from a genuine place.
Right.
He wasn't apologizing just because it's coming from a genuine place. And I think when you have people who want to apologize and it's genuine, let them do it.
Right.
And that's when Mama, you know, she cried a little bit and the family got together and they were basically kind of, you know, gelled together. They understood each other. And what I like about it was the day after, before day 3, Natasha got with Mom. And got with Romeo. Mom, they had a conversation, and she was like, you know, she's like, oh, I'm sorry about your mom is sick.
She reached out to her. Yeah, they talked.
You know, if you want me to come and help out with your mom, I can. And you know, this thing, I didn't know you was going through all that. Basically, Mom understood, and she started to soften up to Natasha. But because of Natasha didn't bring any hardness, it goes back to what we say all the time about tone, pitch, and voice. Natasha came with a little bit of love and concern for Mom, and Mom showed concern and opened up to Natasha.
And I think. Actually, just to backtrack, that was like before they went to dinner.
Yeah, before they went to dinner.
Mom kind of didn't want to come to dinner, and she was like, "Well, we'll save you a place." And then Mom came in,
right? And
her and Romeo had this conversation at dinner. You know, she kind of let the wall down some more, and the families kind of came together because after that, Mama walked out. She was upset. You know, she was crying, and the cousin Sister Red Hair, Sister Red Hair went out and they had a moment. So it was nice to see that Mom was able to like completely in that moment, like, okay. And she appealed to her as another mother. I understand. You want the best for your kids, you know. And she just really comforted her, and Mama let her. And it was good to see Mama do that, because I was like, I don't know about Mama. She rough.
It was a lot of emotions in this episode.
Yeah,
I mean, you felt for Romeo, because you could see the love between Romeo and Natasha. You can see they really cared for each other. They really wanted to be together, and they really wanted their families to approve. And you can see and feel the pain and hurt of the mother as well. Mm-hmm. But you also hoping that she would change, because these two getting married. And then mind you, we didn't say earlier they was getting married in 2 months.
Yeah.
They had, it was a 2-month window. And so they really wanted everybody to approve of what was going on. And so you start to see the walls finally break down. Yeah. And that was the good part about this one episode. The walls started broke down, even when it got to the I want to call it reveal, or the decision.
The blessings.
The blessings. The blessings. Everybody, since they communicated, everybody understood, and everyone gave their blessings. Even Mom gave her blessings, and then Romeo did something that he didn't want to. He did something in front of everybody.
Yeah, because when he had asked Natasha to marry him before, he said none of y'all were here, and he said, so I'm gonna do it in your presence. And he got down on one knee and he said,
will you marry me?
Will you marry me? Will you be my wife?
And there wasn't a dry eye in the room.
And but she cried. She cried like it was the first time. Listen, Natasha was like, oh my God. He said on one knee, oh my God. You know I'm going to marry you. I had no choice. I already got the dress.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it was really
sweet. And I like to see it, because it was really, the communication again really broke down a lot of walls. And I mean, not saying that it was perfect or their family relationships will be perfect, but there's a lot of things that they solved in those 3-day period.
Yeah.
A lot of opened up, and I think a lot of it, and I go again, if people would just sit down and have communication with no fighting, no talking, and let everyone share their concerns or their opinions, a lot of relationships would last. A lot of relationships will see that they need counseling or need whatever case may be. But this was like I said, there was no dry eyes. Everybody in the room was happy that they get married. They was excited. And even in the recap, that Mom had come down to Atlanta and stayed with them and helping out down there. And
she helped them plan the wedding and get through the wedding.
And get through the wedding and get things done. So right now they're successful. And then I thought Natasha and Romeo in this episode did well. And I thought even to see the big family take a picture at the end of the show, was like, was you know what, it's good to see them, that they came there separated, but by the time they left, they were together all through communication.
Yeah, so the one thing I can say is, so this is our second episode of Family or Fiancé we're reviewing, but they've had 3 episodes, which we did see the first one.
Yeah.
But so right now we're 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Because the first couple, they didn't get the blessing.
Jemai and Cindy.
Yeah, they didn't get the blessing, and they went ahead with the wedding. Danley and I can't remember her name, but they decided not to get married. He took his ring back. And so this one worked out really well. It was good to see this one work out good.
It was good to see them.
Especially they have 8 years invested. I mean,
dog, you got 8 years. I don't know about anybody else, but 8 years together, 3-year engagement. Waiting 3 years to get married, that's a long time.
Yeah, and to not get no blessing. To have to call it off at that point, man, that's rough.
First of all, that engagement is 3 years, a long time. I think we waited a year.
Yes.
Yeah, engagement for a year. But anyway, each his own.
Each his own.
Each his own. But 3 is a long time. But thank you for enjoying our review of Family or Fiancé. Once again, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell notification. Don't forget to watch our Married at First Sight episodes as well. You'll see at the end of this video where you can click on and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you continue to stay with us as we review more episodes of Family or Fiancé and Married at First Sight.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.